Hi, in this video, using this example, I will show you some 3D modeling operations in Fusion. If you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any new content. Now, let's move on to creating this example. We will start by creating a sketch on the XY plane. Select Create Sketch and choose the XY plane as the sketch plane. Next, select Circle Drawing and draw a circle whose center will be at the origin of the coordinate system. Enter 120 mm as the diameter of the circle and press Enter. Then, draw another circle and place the center of this circle at the origin of the coordinate system as well. And enter 30 mm as the diameter of the circle. Next, select Line Drawing and draw a line that starts on the circle, and the other endpoint should also be on the circle on the other side of the x-axis. Try to create this line in such a way that it is a vertical line. If it doesn't turn out that way and you create the line differently, we will simply apply the appropriate constraint here. Okay, we have two such lines, and I will draw a third line that will pass through the center of the circle. Press Escape to finish drawing the line and select this line. Choose Construction here so that the line is created as a construction line. One of these lines should be a vertical line. In this case, I actually have a constraint applied, but now I will select that constraint and press Delete to remove it. If you drew the lines in such a way that neither of these lines is vertical, just select the horizontal vertical constraint and select one of these lines. It is enough for one line to be a vertical line, because now we will apply the symmetry constraint. We select this line, and this line. Now this line, even if there was no horizontal vertical constraint here, has been automatically created as a vertical line because of the symmetry constraint. To maintain the symmetry constraint relative to this line must also be vertical. I press Escape to cancel the symmetry constraint. As you can see, we need to add a few constraints. I will start by moving this line a bit. I click the left mouse button outside these geometries to deselect all geometries. I need to constrain this line such that it goes through the origin of the coordinate system. Here, I will apply the coincident constraint. Select that constraint, click on the line, click on the point to constrain the line to that point. Okay, now I will press Escape to cancel that constraint. We still need to define the distance between those lines. Therefore, select Dimensioning, select that line, select this line, and enter 80 mm as the distance here. Now the sketch is fully constrained. We will close the sketch and create a solid based on the sketch by extruding it. Select that part of the sketch and press the E key on the keyboard. Then enter 10 to add an extrusion of 10 mm. Now we will create another part of the solid. Select this face and choose Create Sketch so that the face becomes the sketch plane. Draw two circles anywhere, one with a diameter of 20 mm and another whose center is at that point with a diameter of 30 mm. As you can see, the positions of these circles are not defined, and we will do it in such a way that the center of this circle is in line with the origin of the coordinate systems. Therefore, I click the left mouse button to make sure all geometries are deselected. I select the horizontal vertical constraint, select that point, and select this point. Now these points are in line. I choose Dimensioning and add the distance from this point to this point by entering 90 mm. Next, I select Line Drawing. I want the start of the line to be on this circle and for this line to be tangent to that circle. At this moment, I cannot specify a tangent constraint because we are just starting to draw the line. We will do it in such a way that the start of the line is on this circle. Next, we place the second point of the line here and the third point of the line here. As for the last point of the line, a tangent constraint symbol has appeared here. If I click here, this line is tangent to that circle at this point. I press Escape to finish drawing the line. Next, I select the tangent constraint, select that line, and select the circle to add the tangent constraint. I close the sketch, and now, based on this sketch, we will create another part of the solid. I select the extrude operation, press the E key on the keyboard, and select this and that profile as the profiles to extrude. I add an extrusion in this direction of 10 millimeters, so either drag that arrow to minus 10 millimeters here, or enter minus 10 here and click OK. Now let's create another part of the solid. Select this face and choose Create Sketch. Here we will draw two circles. Select Circle Drawing. Place the center of the circle at this point. As you hover near this point, a snap will appear, and we can constrain the center of the circle to the center of the hole. We draw two arbitrary circles with their centers at this point. Next, we select the equality constraint. Select this circle and this edge of the model, as well as this circle and this edge, to constrain these circles to the model. We close the sketch and will add the extrusion based on this sketch. We select the extrude operation, select the profile to extrude, and add an extrusion of 3 millimeters, then press Enter to confirm. Now we will do the same from the other side, but here we will use the mirror operation. For the mirror operation, we need a plane relative to which we will add the mirror. Such a plane can easily be created by selecting two faces of the solid while holding the Shift key. From the Construct menu, select Midplane to create a plane between those faces. We click OK, and the plane has been created. Now we select the mirror operation from the Create menu. Select that operation and as object type choose Features. As the feature to mirror, we select that extrusion, and as the mirror plane, we click the Select button and select that plane to create a mirror from this side. We click OK. I will expand the Construction tab and turn off the visibility of the construction plane. We will add a fillet to that edge, select the fillet operation, and select those edges as the edges to fillet. Here, enter a radius of 5 millimeters and press Enter. We have something like this. Now we will create something similar on the other side, and we will do it using the mirror operation. From the Create menu, select the mirror operation. We will select the features to mirror. We can select these features here in the operations history, or we can simply select them on the model. As you can see, these features have also been highlighted in the operation history. Here, let's also add this feature to the mirror. Okay, next we click the Select button to specify the mirror plane. As the mirror plane, we select that plane. In the preview, we can see how it will look and click OK to confirm. As you can see, we easily created this part of the solid. Now let's create another part of the solid. Create a sketch on this face. And here we will draw two circles whose centers will be at this point. Create this circle with a diameter of 40 millimeters. OK, select the equality constraint, select the edge of the hole and this circle. Close the sketch and based on this sketch, add an extrusion of 5 millimeters. Next, select that edge, choose the Fillet command, and add a radius of 2 millimeters here. As you can see, we created such a solid using a few simple operations. Regarding the mirror operation, it has the advantage that if we change something in the source fragment, that is, in the fragment that was used for the mirror, this change will also be applied to the part of the solid that was created through the mirror. And let's change the dimensions of the sketch based on which this part of the solid was created. I right-click here, select Edit Sketch, and let's change, for example, the dimensions. Here, I will change the diameter of this hole from 20 mm to 10 mm so that it is clearly visible, and we will change this dimension from 90 to 70. I close the sketch, and now the changes we made in this part of the solid have also been applied to the part of the solid created through the mirror. Therefore, if you are creating parts with such symmetry, using the mirror operation can be a good solution and can contribute to making changes to the model faster and easier, since you only need to make changes in one part of the solid.